What if some mythical creatures were never fully imaginary? From giant wolves to terrifying winged beasts, scientists now believe some legends may have started from real animals, fossils, and shocking sightings. 1. The griffin. The griffin is one of the oldest mythical creatures in history. It has the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle. Ancient stories described griffins as powerful guardians that protected gold in the deserts of Central Asia. Greek writers like Herodotus wrote about them more than 2,000 years ago. But many researchers think the story may have started with dinosaur fossils. In the Gobi Desert, ancient miners searching for gold often found strange skeletons sticking out of the ground. One dinosaur called Protoceratops had 4 legs, a large body, and a sharp beak. To someone living thousands of years ago, those bones could easily look like a giant half-bird, half-beast. Scientists also noticed something interesting. The same places filled with dinosaur fossils were also rich in gold. That matches the old stories almost perfectly. There is no proof griffins were real animals, but fossil discoveries may have created one of the world's most famous legends. 2. Dire wolf. Next is the dire wolf. Many people know this creature from fantasy shows and games, where it appears as a giant monster wolf. But unlike many myths, the dire wolf was actually real. It lived in North America during the Ice Age, over 10,000 years ago. Dire wolves looked similar to modern gray wolves, but they were larger, heavier, and had stronger jaws. Some weighed almost 200 pounds. Thousands of their bones have been discovered in the La Brea tar pits in California. Scientists believe they hunted large animals in packs, including bison and ancient horses. For years, people thought dire wolves were simply giant gray wolves. But DNA research showed they were actually a different species entirely. Their powerful build and huge skulls probably inspired stories about giant supernatural wolves in ancient cultures. Some even compare them to Fenrir from Norse mythology, the giant wolf said to destroy the gods during Ragnarok. Dire wolves were not magical monsters, but they were real predators, powerful enough to become legends. 3. Chupacabra. Now let's talk about the Chupacabra. This creature is much newer than the others. The first famous sightings appeared in Puerto Rico during the 1990s. People described a strange animal attacking goats, chickens, and other farm animals. Many claimed the bodies were drained of blood. That is why the name Chupacabra means goat sucker. Early stories described it as a reptile-like creature with glowing red eyes and sharp spikes along its back. Later sightings in places like Texas and Mexico looked very different. Witnesses reported hairless, dog-like animals with rough skin and long teeth. Scientists studied some of the bodies people claimed were real chupacabras. Most turned out to be coyotes or dogs suffering from severe mange, a disease that causes hair loss and damaged skin. Sick animals also behave strangely and may attack easier prey, like chickens or goats. Even so, the legend spread quickly across the internet and television. Many people still believe there is an unknown creature hiding in rural areas at night. 4. Basilisk. Moving on to the next creature, the basilisk. In old European legends, the basilisk was called the king of serpents. Some stories described it as a giant snake. Others said it had the head of a rooster and the body of a reptile. People believed its stare could kill instantly. Ancient writers also claimed its breath poisoned the air around it. This terrifying legend may have started because of real snakes, especially the Egyptian cobra. Cobras can raise the front of their bodies, hiss loudly, and spit deadly venom toward enemies. Ancient travelers may have exaggerated these dangerous traits over time. There is another interesting detail. Old legends said the basilisk's greatest enemy was the weasel. In real life, mongooses, which look similar to weasels, are famous for fighting venomous snakes. Some researchers think this connection helped shape the myth. The basilisk may not have existed, but real reptiles probably inspired one of history's deadliest monsters. 5. Mothman. Mothman. In the late 1960s, people in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, started reporting something terrifying in the sky. Witnesses described a huge, dark figure with giant wings and glowing red eyes. Some said it stood nearly 7 feet tall. Others claimed it could fly faster than a car. The first newspaper report appeared in 1966 with the headline, "Couples See Man-Sized Bird, Creature, Something." After that, the legend spread across America very quickly. Many people believed the Mothman was connected to disasters. The most famous story happened in 1967 when the Silver Bridge suddenly collapsed, killing 46 people. Some locals claimed they had seen the creature shortly before the tragedy. Because of this, the Mothman became known as a warning sign of death and destruction. But what could people actually have seen? Wildlife experts believe the answer may have been a large bird. One popular theory points to the sandhill crane. This bird is very tall, has an enormous wingspan, and has red markings around its eyes. In darkness, headlights reflecting from its eyes could make it look supernatural. Others think witnesses may have seen a giant owl or a heron flying through the abandoned TNT area outside town. The place already felt creepy because it was an old World War II explosive site. Fear and rumors probably made the sightings even more dramatic. There is still no proof that the Mothman existed, but strange sightings, panic, and one terrible disaster turned it into one of America's most famous legends. 6. Bigfoot. Now, let's talk about Bigfoot. This giant hairy creature is said to live deep in forests across North America. People describe Bigfoot as a huge ape-like being walking on two legs, often leaving behind massive footprints. Stories about wild hairy creatures existed long before modern times. Native American legends also spoke about giant forest beings hiding far from human settlements. Bigfoot became world famous in 1958 after huge footprints were discovered in California. Newspapers called the creature Bigfoot, and the name stayed forever. Then, in 1967, a famous video appeared showing a large hairy figure walking through the woods. Some people believed it was real proof. Others called it a man in a costume. Scientists still do not accept Bigfoot as a real species, but there are many theories about what people may actually be seeing. Some researchers think witnesses are simply mistaking bears for giant creatures, especially in dark forests. Others believe old stories may have started from sightings of unknown primates or ancient human relatives. Around the world, there are similar legends like the Yowie in Australia and the Yeti in the Himalayas. Even after decades of searches, no bones, bodies, or strong scientific evidence have been found, but thousands of eyewitness reports keep the mystery alive. 7. The Yeti. And finally, the Yeti. High in the snowy mountains of the Himalayas, local legends speak about a giant hairy creature roaming through the ice and rocks. Western explorers first became fascinated by the Yeti in the early 1900s after climbers reported seeing strange footprints near Mount Everest. Newspapers later gave it the famous nickname, the abominable snowman. Witnesses described the Yeti as a large ape-like creature covered in thick fur, standing between 6 and 9 feet tall. Some believed it was a hidden species of giant ape still surviving in the mountains. Others thought it could be an unknown human relative. Scientists later tested hair, bone, and skin samples that people claimed belonged to the Yeti. Most of them actually came from local bears, especially Himalayan brown bears and black bears. Large bear tracks in melting snow can also start to look strangely human. Still, the mystery never fully disappeared. The Himalayas are huge, dangerous, and difficult to explore completely. That keeps people wondering if something unknown may still be hiding there today. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more creatures and mysteries, support the channel with a like and a subscription.